I just want to show you a few more things that you can do using the color functions that are built into SASS. I'm working on the same page that we were using in the last exercise. I've simply added 3 new boxes to the page. So we are going to go into our box.sass partial, and I'm going to add a couple more declarations here. In the last exercise, I showed you a way that you could add alpha transparency by using the transparentize function to your page. This time we're going to do this in a little bit of a different way. So instead of using transparentize, I'm going to use the RGBA function. And again, I'm going to pass on ocean blue. You don't have to use a variable here. You could just pass on the RGB values of the color that you're using, but we'll continue to use ocean blue. And then I'm just going to specify the amount of alpha that I want to pass on. So I'll use 0.3, which will give me a 30% alpha element. So if I save that and we refresh in the browser, you can see how box 7 has now faded to a little bit lighter. This was using a 50%. This is now using 30%. So it's giving us the same sort of results. It's just a different way to go about accomplishing that. The next item is going to be a way that we can actually mix colors. So this is, again, something that's kind of fun to do. I'll go ahead and make a selector and select my box 8. And what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to keep it in this file to keep things easier, is I'm going to declare a variable, and we'll just call this new color. And I'm going to make this equal to yellow. So I'll just use the keyword of yellow here. Now what I'm going to do is, for the 8th box, I'm going to use the function of mix, and I'm going to mix ocean blue with new color. And let's just look at what that looks like. So if we go ahead and save that and refresh in the browser, you can see that box 8 now turns to a green. So it's actually mixing this teal turquoise color with a just really bright default yellow color that I've defined. So it's mixing those colors together and giving us a new color. And so again, this is really great because I'm not declaring a bunch of different colors, right? I just have 2 variables that I'm using to mix these colors with. We can expand upon that by adding a percent amount. So here, if I put 70% and we save this, you'll see that when I refresh, that color is going to change and it's slightly less green. So what the 70% does is it actually is adding 70% of the first value, and then the remaining second color is getting 30%. So 70% of the turquoise, 30% of the yellow is what's happening here. So again, this allows you to really refine and dial in how you want those colors mixed. And then finally, I want to show you one other thing that we can do here. So I'm going to target my 9th box. And again, I'm going to use mix, but we're going to use this in a different way. We're going to nest a couple of functions together. So in the first set of parentheses here, I'm going to use my complement function, and I'm going to get the complement of ocean blue. So I'll encapsulate ocean blue inside of parentheses because this is the argument for complement. And then we're going to mix our new color. So I'm going to pass on my new color variable, and we'll just go ahead and get rid of that last value. So now it's going to get the complement of ocean blue, which will probably be like an orangey shade. It's going to mix it with new color. So if we save this right here, and we know what the complement is because we could check the value of box 4. But if we save this and refresh, you can see that again we get a new color. So the complement of this teal color is red, and when we mix this red with yellow, we now get orange. And again, if we wanted to dial that in and have it be more yellow, I can adjust the percentage. So if I wanted to pass on a third argument, I could say 30% of the original color. So that's going to be 30% of the red. So now this orange is going to be more on the yellow side of orange. I really find these color functions to be really useful. They're some of the SASS functions that I use the most, because I can really get a huge array and a big variety of colors and just keep it really simple. And again, if I just want to globally change everything on my page, all I have to do is change the value of this one variable and everything will update and change.